Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to present our research by title Task Complexity, Competency, and Performance of Manufacturing Employees. We will start with the abstract. The aim of this research is to identify factors that influence employee performance by analyzing the influence of task complexity and competency on employee performance. Uh, as our background, after the pandemic COVID-19, the medical equipment manufacturing industry has shown increasing optimism. The public need for medical equipment has increased since the health insurance program was introduced and to provide comprehensive services at the companies like namely Sinaria Nugraha Ahmadaris Medica is one of the developing medical equipment subsector companies facing the challenge and opportunities of the medical service industrial market. The implication of the development of this sector is that companies must always optimize employee performance. The success of company performance was and individual performance depends on employee competency because employee competency will reduce training cost, reduce staff turnover, so that competency will make employees more productive. The researcher criticism provides a gap for this research, where research review article related to competency. So this gap was developed by examining the influence of competence on industrial employees. Other findings prove that there is a link between competency and employee performance, which was then developed in this research by identifying the extent of the influence of competence on performance. We have three variables, two dependent variables and one independent, I'm sorry, two independent variables and one dependent variables. The first independent variables, namely, is complexity of employee duties. In this first variable, we have three three indicators, namely component complexity, coordinative complexity, and dynamic complexity. And the second dependent variable, it has also three indicators, namely technical competencies, social competencies, and personal competencies. And the last variable is dependent variable is employee performance, and it has three indicators, namely output quality, timeliness, and result obtained. This is our conceptual framework, and we propose three hypotheses based on objective to be achieved. The research approach uses quantitative approach. This type of research is descriptive to provide an overview of the phenomena observed in more detail along with the data. Characteristic and relationship patterns between the variables, task complexity, and competency to employee performance. This research is conducted at Sinaraya Nugraha Ahmadaris Medica in Pasuruan Regency. The sampling technique used was total sampling with a total 100 employees as respondent. This is the next slide is our findings and discussion. We can see on the left table, partial influence testing via the t-test shows that the complexity significance is at 0.000. It's smaller than significance value 0.05, which means the first hypothesis is accepted, but the direction of the influence is negative. This means the higher variable complexity, the lower is employee performance, which gives the meaning that the second hypothesis was also proven to be accepted, which was marked by uh, significance value uh, 0.022 or smaller than significance value 0.05. Partial testing proves that there is influence for and competency to employee performance with a positive relationship direction. On the simultan test, this is we can see that in the right table, uh, the point it's in we can see that there's an influence of variable x1 complexity and x2 competency on variable independent employee performance. This can show with the R value is 0.642, which means a simultaneous effect is at 64.2%. Thank you for the opportunity. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.